Shit, man. Okay. Now we gotta remember that, yeah.
Okay.
Boom, shakalaka laka 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 laka. While we wait for fellow viewers to enter the room, the following podcast is rated M for mature. Viewer and listener's discretion is broadly advised.
You know, Facebook missed all that.
I will repeat this since we were not live on Facebook. While we wait for people to enter the room, the following podcast is rated M for mature. Viewer and listener's discretion is advised.
Yes, indeedy. How are you people doing?
What's up, OG Boats?
So, did Facebook say we were live? I just want to make sure it says.
I don't know. I mean, it says one viewer, and you know what I mean?
Where?
Up there in the top left hand.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Oh, yep. There we go. Right there. There we go. Right there.
What?
It says.
Well, you didn't hear me say, "What's up, OG Boots"?
Oh no.
Oh my God.
No, I did not hear you say that. OG Boots.
Oh God.
What?
Her foil game weak, bro.
She was sitting you. I was wondering why your phone was zoom.
Oh, she fucked up the foil roll, bruh.
Crumbling it up.
Bruh, foil game weak, bruh. Not strong at all. What's the... Yeah, I'm trying to work on my posture. We're going to have to sit up for this one. You know what I mean?
Common conversation. 412.
Cut me the fuck off.
In the manor, Pittsburgh, what it do? We in the city of bridges, we in the city of smoke. We in the city of rivers, so you don't need you a moat. We in the city of haters, so you just might need a coat. Or at least bring your jacket, cause man, the city get cold. Yeah, man, the city is frosty, yeah, man, the city is costly, but yeah, the city is mine. For 1, 2 times, well, you know that we grind, cause you know money is time, and you know time is steady ticking, so I gotta get mine. Then it's time to come up, so put your hands up. Let's all live this life before death interrupt. Ain't no time for mess up. Man, you better get with it. Arithmetic when I'm spitting, I'll do the math that you listen.
I get tongue tied on that part.
Arithmetic when I'm spitting, I'll do the math as you listen.
Yeah, I get tongue tied. What's up, people? This is Common Conversation 412, and we are live.
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 Love, love, love.
Oh my God. Oh my God, stop it. Sorry, people, for the phone call. Shut up. Sorry, people, for the...
Unplug it.
I don't want to unplug it.
It's that
just
simple.
in case we get a call.
Yes, plug it back in.
But it's going to pop in people's ear.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
they
so,
might have to just deal with a little bit of popping off in their life.
Sorry. Yeah, but we are live here. And I'm sorry for the thing, but like Mano said, I'm your host Token,
and I's the other host Mano,
and that's Mano,
N-N-O.
And yeah, and we're here. Like he said, this show is rated M for mature. Viewers' discretion.
We don't do no shows for kids. I mean, we'll do shows for the kids, but we don't do shows for kids. Yeah. Oh, Miss Jones, why you gotta be like that? That's rude, man. I'll stop singing. Just keep sending poetry. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She did send a new one. She did send a new one.
How about
I didn't get to listen to it yet, though.
Okay.
See?
I'm telling you, we got to start stocking that up.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. So we got to get a couple more people's poems in here, and then we can.
We're gonna drop them poems on y'all.
Yeah. Right on our YouTube channel.
Goddamn right.
How about that?
How you gonna sit there and do that to me? My singing ain't that. Well, right here it is.
Gonna drop them poems on y'all. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, look at you. Mistake after mistake
Hey.
after mistake.
War Machine
Disrespect.
Gaming. What's up?
Oh, what's
What's
up,
up, War Machine Gaming? What's up?
Thanks for tuning in. But yes, before we even get
Yep.
today started, we're
Oh, that's Tyre.
going to start off with we've suffered a loss.
Yep.
A tragic loss. A dear friend of ours, a high school friend, a marching band member, and
Cheerleader.
yeah, like she's still a marching
What's
band
up,
member. She
YouTube?
is a high stepper, and also a co-worker of mine,
Mm-hmm.
former co-worker of mine. Like, yeah, like we're going to take a few moments to definitely give a moment of silence for Nicole Daly and
Nikki.
her family. And bear with us for that time, please. Thank you. We greatly appreciate you guys for bearing with us during this moment. We lost her late last night due to gun violence.
Yep.
And she was
She was.
she was taken away from us near her home. And she's a dear friend to many, and she's been taken too soon from this world. It's like she just had such a bubbling personality and so much to bring. Whenever you spoke to her, it was just like she would bring you up.
Yeah,
Just by talking
And you
to
know
her.
what? And I was at work, and I was talking to somebody who knows Nikki as well, who went to school with us and stuff like that. And they was just saying, and we sitting there just talking about Nikki a little bit, and it's just like, you know what? She always had a good attitude, at least from what I've seen. Like, you know what I mean? So, and nobody, like, you know what I mean? I judge people myself on my interactions with the person, but like, you know what I mean? She had like she was a cool person. She was a good person. She always had a smile. She had a big ass smile, right? She was just cool.
Yeah.
Now, like, you know what I mean? Like, and to be fun, and like, you know what I mean, Nikki know how I am, but the crack a joke, like, you know what I mean, she wasn't the best. She couldn't dance. She ain't have no rhythm on the cheerleading field. You know what I mean? A little
Nah,
bit
she
stiff,
held
but
on.
but she did hold it down. She was there. She was
a
there.
high stepper. She did what she
And she was on a dance team. She cheerleader, but she was a good person, man, for real. And like, you know what I mean, that's sad. Like, you know what I mean, when you lose somebody like that who you know is just a good person, like, you know what I mean, like it sucks. It's unfortunate. It's just crappy. It's just crappy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I, like, you know what I mean, to wake up and you just see that, like, you know what I mean? Somebody, again, too, I'm going from my personal interactions with her. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody who just really wasn't a mean or evil-spirited person.
Not at all. Like, she was like, yeah, like she was always happy. Even when she was stressed out and going through her things, she literally, like, just kept this, like, she had this twinkle in her eye.
Right.
That's what like, she had this twinkle in her eye. She was always just cheesy. Even when she would have somebody pissed her off, she would go through it, but she wouldn't let that weigh her down.
Right,
long
and
periods of time. It was
she stayed smiling,
Man.
like, you know what I mean. Even me, like, you know what I mean. I don't know what all she went through and stuff on her daily, but she always seemed smiling. I seen her
Whenever I seen her,
Ubering, I mean, or lifting or whatever.
on the left, car service.
car service. You know what I mean? But I seen her doing that. I seen her at Jack Neagle, and she talked, oh, how's it doing? Like, you know what I mean, how you doing, and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, she was just a good person, and, like, you know what I mean. Like, I feel sorry.
Condolences to her and her family, and I mean everybody that's this loss has affected.
Yeah, everybody. You know what I mean?
Everybody.
Even from people in high school, like some people, even though if it was 8 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? If you knew her and you had time spent with her and stuff like that, I'm sorry. And you know what I mean? And I know it sucks. I know how it feels. Like, you know what I mean?
How hard it is to lose somebody, and definitely to her brother also, who's working down there at the post office too. Definitely, man. Condolences to you and your family, man.
Yeah, for real.
Loss is. It impacts your life majorly,
Right?
And it's something hard. And all I can say is like you're going to go through your mourning period and try to work on
Right.
making the best of her memory and still making a good impact
Right.
with your life, because you know that she would want you to be a strong.
Right.
Just
It's just-
everybody,
it's-
from the foster kids, everybody, all of y'all, stay strong. And,
Right. And yeah, and you know what I mean, and put a like, you know what I mean, just, you know what I mean, if you could think of her, like, you know what I mean, put a smile on your face, because that's what she did, and that's why you're right. You know what I mean, I did see her on your show. She did a co-host with you for a day or something like that, or whatever it was. I did see her on your show, like, you know what I mean, and it is crazy how you can just, like, you know what I mean, be with somebody or see somebody, and then, like, you know what I mean, in a blink of an eye, like, you know what I mean, they're gone. And especially someone who you wouldn't think something like that would happen to.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's the craziest thing, is because, like, I've never known her to be involved in a lot of stuff and be in the streets. And,
Right.
and, like, you know what I mean? It's always been, she did her thing, she had fun, and she
Right.
partied, but was it, like, I always seen her on her fucking grind.
Right.
And then once she had her daughter, which is, she has a 7-month-old that's going to have to grow up without a mother.
Right.
And that's really like.
And you know what?
damn, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's what made it, like, you know what I mean, what gave me like bigger goosebumps and chills and stuff like that. And I just, like, you know what I mean, like, was the fact that she like, that happened to her, why her daughter was in a car.
And thank you to
That-
the Samaritan that held it together enough to go out and get her daughter away from that
Right.
situation. Thank you. Like,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And like you know what I mean, because we got to have each other's back. We got to support each other and stuff like that. And honestly, and it goes into our topic, you know what I mean, today too, the impact of others. Like, you know what I mean, somebody again too. Like, now I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I seen her every day, or we was cool.
No,
we always
well,
talked on the
shit.
phone. We text.
I can
and
say
stuff.
because we literally work together, so I'd see
Yeah.
her often.
Right.
Like, I would see her often, and man.
But you know a good person, and
Yeah.
you know good vibes. You can take that, like, you know what I mean, and that's what sucks about that, man. And I feel sorry for her daughter,
and her family,
and her
period.
family,
everybody,
period.
like I said, like everybody that she did had the opportunity to meet her,
Right.
and the opportunity to know her, and just have a conversation with her.
right.
Yeah,
Again,
that-
too, like, because we said she was like a bubbly person, like, you know what I mean, like, her cheeks is like big as shit, her smile, like, you know what I mean, it just sucks, man. You know what I mean, it sucks, and
Man.
I don't know, but I know, and I know she
all
will
of
be
you-
dearly missed by her family, by
Definitely.
people who know her and had time to spend time with her and stuff like that. And it's yeah,
So definitely rest easy, Nikki, and it's all love, man.
Yeah.
It's all love.
yeah. And so with that, and this is like a weird and difficult transition, but
We had to make time for that. Like,
you're right, Lauren.
Not
it is
everybody
sad.
has, you know what I mean. But we don't know. Like, of course, it's going to affect other people more or less. But we had to make time in this show for her because she's played a part in our lives. So
Right.
We
Right.
had to start the show off with that.
Yeah,
We're
and-
not
and
going to
pay-
end the show with that. We're not going to bring
Yeah,
that in the middle.
we had to start
She
it.
deserved this part of the show. She
Right.
Yes, like yeah.
And it's something, like, you know what I mean, like, yeah, we had to do and that we wanted to do, and like, you know what I mean, even because we see each other Monday, maybe another day out the week and stuff like that, but when we came in there, like, you know what I mean, we talked about that, and I told him, like, hey, you know what, this is something we was going to do at the beginning of the show. Wasn't in our plans, but we got to make sure we show some love. But moving forward, and again too, this is talking about again somebody else who we went to school with. Talking about this person, and so Tootie and the kids went to the Pirates game yesterday, and Tootie went out with the girls, like, you know what I mean, and they took the kids to the Pirates game and stuff like that. But so she called me down there to bring my goddaughter a pull up because she had went to the bathroom and she didn't bring enough pull-ups and stuff like that. So she asked me to bring a pull-up down, and I go down there because the kids is about to run the bases and stuff like that. So I go down there, and when I'm walking up, I see this guy, right? And I'm like, damn, I went to school with him. And then this is before, like, you know what I mean? So then I'm walking back, and, like, you know, I gave Julie the pull-up, and I'm walking back, and then I see him holding a sign. Like, you know what I mean, asking for food and stuff like that. And so I went over there, and it's not like, you know what I mean, like, oh, shit. Like, I went over there and talked to him because I know him, right? And, you know what I mean, even in school and stuff, he was a cool guy, like, you know what I mean?
Sportsman.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean, he was just a cool person. But I seen him, and he's holding up this sign asking for money and food and like, you know what I mean, anything helps and stuff like that. But I sat there, I went over, so I started talking to him, and I'm like, man, what's up, dude? He's like, oh yeah, man, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? And like, you know what I mean? No judgment by me. Like, he came in, gave me like a hug, like embraced me and stuff. Like, I don't give a like, you know what I mean? We cool. Like, you know what I mean? Even in school, we was cool and stuff like that. So
I know you.
Right. I know. Yeah. Right. So, and we're sitting there talking. I'm like, damn, man. Like, you know what I mean? Not
What the
like,
fuck is up?
yeah, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, how are you doing? And not saying like, you know what I mean, because it, like, I can tell by his like, you know what I mean, the current situation how he's doing.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean, like, how you doing, bro? Like, and he's like, you know what I mean, you know, I'm hanging in there. And so we're having this conversation. I'm like, you know what I mean, so I'm like, man, and I asked him, I said, what happened? It's like, man, you know what I mean, just, man, like, life, like, you know what I mean, life just happened, and you know what I mean, some unfortunate things and stuff like that. And he's sitting there talking, so I'm like, I asked him, so I was like, what are you doing? And stuff like that, looking to see, like, and I asked him, like, just to see what he's doing. He's like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, so I asked him, do he work? And he's like, yeah, I work. I got this little job, like, you know what I mean? I wash dishes under the table. They don't pay too much, like, you know what I mean? And they use me whenever they need me and stuff like that. I get a couple dollars so I can get something to eat and stuff like that. And he's not a guy, again, too, like, you know what I mean? I know when you guys, like, you know what I mean? Some people form their own opinion about homeless people and stuff like that, but even me, I always gave to homeless people. Now, I didn't give to everyone, but I gave to some of the ones who just, like, you know what I mean, who just, like, you know what I mean, I don't know, I just got a vibe from them, like, you know what, I got to give. But, so he was telling me that, and I'm like, you know what, at least he's out there trying, and then, I looked at him, and he don't even, I mean, he still look, his face still look young, but he, you know what I mean, he looks older. And so, like, you know what I mean, I'm like, yeah, so where you stand? And he told me where he's stand, and I won't say where he's stand on you know what I mean, on Facebook, on over the air. But, so he told me where he was standing, and I said, okay, all right, so we're trying to reconnect, and we reconnected. So, yeah, so he told me where he was standing. I'm like, all right, I told him, I said, man, whenever, if I'm eating, man, and I got something left over that I can support you with, man, I'll bring it to you. If you're ever down here, and I work on the North Shore, bro. If you're ever down here, you need something, stop past my office. Let them know that you're there for me, and I got you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You can even say that, like, you know what I mean? That's just how I am, but now I feel so close, because it's just like somebody...
Is literally, like, so close to home.
Right,
like,
right. It is. Like, you know what I mean? Because I look at the... Like, that's somebody we was in school with.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What happened? Oh, yeah, but that's somebody we was in school with, and I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like, he... You want me to get that one? Sorry, guys. But yeah, that's somebody we was in school with, and I'm just like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, even saying that so close, I'm like, that could be me.
That could
like,
be
you know what I mean?
any of us.
That can, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, like, that just, it hit close to home. I mean, I never had a family member who was homeless or anything like that. And it,
or at least not that you know of. 'Cause
right.
A lot of people go through these struggles and trials and tribulations, and they won't let the people that they know let them be. They won't make them aware of these situations, because literally it's like, it's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now, if you stumble upon these situations and you find out, it's like, hey, I have to face the facts.
Right.
And this is what it is. But a lot of people won't let you know the worst of what's happening. Like, literally. Like, because, like, when he brought it up, and the crazy part about it is that, like, he started talking, and I knew who he was talking about.
Yeah.
Because I've seen him, and I've had these same conversations. Granted, I can't have the just stop past I don't work in the office.
Right.
But if there's something that I can do, or, you know what I'm saying, I see that he needs, yeah, I'm more than, you know what I mean, willing to give.
Right.
But like I always see him just, but through it all, if you see him at first and he don't notice you, he looks just angry all the time.
Yeah, and that's always been his face.
Exactly.
That's been his face.
You talk, like, that's something that me and him have in common. I just look mad. But he's a great person. He's a great individual, and I always see him on the move. That's what I like. I always see him, even in this current situation. He's always on the move, always striving. You know what I mean? And I can say he hasn't given up.
Right.
Like he hasn't given up.
And you know, and I see him out there, and like I said, he's trying and stuff like that. And I mean, that's what more could you ask from a person? Like, you know what I mean? To sit there and try and like, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? I seen that he was trying, and I gave him a couple dollars, and I let him know again. I repeated it, man, and I went in, like, you know what I mean? We splout each other up, like, you know what I mean? Embracing, like, you know what I mean? A little man hug and stuff like that. And I reminded him again where I work. Like, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, you know what I mean, it's not like, and I felt bad. I'm like, damn, I wish I had like a house to offer him, or like even personally like a job to where I can know, like, you know what I mean, boom, you can do this, and you know what I mean, I make sure you get paid, and like, you know what I mean, you get a like rent, like something. I just wish I can. I wish that I was able to do more, especially for somebody that I know, like, you know what I mean, because I give to people who I don't know.
Yeah, and me too, and that's one of those things where it's like you can't beat yourself up about that either, because you know that you would if you could,
right? And
you can't beat yourself because you don't have the means to do it. So you can only do what you can do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's one of those hard things, because like, I mean, shit, if I was able to, I'd take in every fucking buddy in the world that didn't have, you know what I mean? Or I'd be out there giving, but I'm not able to, but I do what I can when I can. And that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah, real rap, man. Like I said, like, you know what I mean? And like that stuff really, that hit at home, just like this morning hit home again, you know, yeah, man, it sucks. I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, you know what I mean, like,
because it's still one of those things where it's
right.
Like,
it's fresh, and it's
like, I've come across, this is crazy. It's like, I lost, and I would consider him a friend, and his name was Nate. And literally, it's like every time I scroll past his picture on Facebook, like, it'll randomly pop up, because he's never been the type that was all over Facebook all the time. So whenever it's like his birthday comes up,
right,
and his picture pops up on my timeline, it's like finding out that he's gone again every time. Like, that is that, like wow, like, that's something that impacts, like, that person made such an impact on my life. We would literally joke around. Like, I used to be his boss when I did security, and like, literally, he was the coolest person there and after. That's where we became friends. From just joking, walking around, doing rounds, doing this, that, and the third. Him doing me favors, me doing him favors, and just the conversations that we had, and the times that, like, the enjoyment that we brought to each other. And then it's like every time that I'm scrolling through Facebook, and it's like his birthday comes up, and I'm like, oh, happy B-Day. And then I'm like, wait a minute, like, damn, like, I'm still going to post this, right? But it's like, damn.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You just know, that they're physically not,
because that's how our relationship was, is that we would cross paths all the time, even though we wouldn't talk on the regular. And I have a lot of friends that are, well, not a lot of like friends, because I don't have a lot of friends, but most of my friends, we have that type of relationship. We're not talking every day, but when we do talk, it's great. It's as if we didn't go a week, 2 weeks, a month without talking. Like, it's that strong of a bond. And that's one thing that literally happens all the time. Is like, I'll be scrolling through, and I'll see something, or it'll come up in like my memories, and boom, you know what I mean? It's like that feeling I get hit all over again. And I guess it stems from like not wanting to believe that something can happen to somebody so close. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Again, too. I mean, and that's what it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it sucks. It sucks. Like, you know what I mean? To lose somebody, like, and to lose somebody, and to know somebody who's actually going through that stuff. Both of them situations is just messed up, man. Especially, like, again, too, like, you know, like, they played a role somewhere in your life. Like, you know what I mean? If it, like, you know what I mean, a friend, you had a conversation you seen every day for 3 years and 2 years, like, you know what I mean? And, or, like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So, we gotta, like, so, we're going to do some have a conversation about this next question. So with Do you think that a person without kids should tell people how to raise their kids?
A person without kids tell a person how to raise their kids. Now, this like kind of mixes in with the, should white people tell a black person how to do something that's majority black? Like, personally, like, if you're just talking out your ass, no.
Right.
At all. But when it comes to, like, certain situations, like, common respect is something that you can be like, come on, like, if somebody's being disrespectful, adult or child,
right.
Disrespect is disrespect.
Right.
So having kids doesn't mean nothing. But when it comes to actual like parenting things, like you don't know nothing about that child.
Right.
Because you'll have a lot of, and I've seen this in person where you'll have judgmental individuals don't have kids, but they don't know that the issue that parent has to deal with, and also the child.
Right.
So like you'll have kids with like ADHD, ADD, and all this other stuff.
Right.
And you're just going off of what you're seeing right here. You don't know it. So if you don't know it, you know what I mean?
Shut up.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Shut
like,
up.
If you don't know it,
shut up.
the fuck
Yeah,
up.
just shut up. Like, you know what I mean? And
that's where, like, you know, it's a thin line, because it's like you don't have to have kids to have experience, like when a kid's acting out, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. But also, there's a thin line where it's like you don't know the whole situation, so sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up.
And that's what you need to do. Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, especially, too, if you're just trying to be, again, nabby or something like that, like, just chill. If you want to tell me what to do with my child, how about you have your own? Like, you know what I mean? Now, granted, like, you know what I mean? Like, now, some of my friends, like, my friends and stuff like that, like, you're around on a regular, like, you know what I mean? Or most of the time, like, you're in me and my children's lives.
Like your word holds some type of weight.
It holds. Yeah, it does. And it's so therefore, like, you know what I mean, I'll take that. If you ain't got no kids, like, I mean, I'll take that. I mean, I'll take the feedback or the criticism or whatever.
Because honestly, like, if you're around, it's like you're in my fucking child's life.
Right.
What the fuck you mean? Like,
right.
you can have some type of say so, not say so, because I have the final say so.
Right.
But your word means something.
It means something.
Like, you have you can come out and be like, yo, like, get her or get him. Like, come on, like, you know this is out of hand and you wouldn't let this slide. Or and it's one of those things where
up, Stella?
You can just leave.
Right.
Like, not to be rude, like, that has nothing to be, like, that's not meant to be disrespectful. But it's like, this is my child. If you don't want to deal with the way, like, and there are fucking parents that are letting kids get away with anything.
With anything, right.
And at the end of the day, you can just leave. That's not your child.
Right. I mean, yeah, right. Like, especially
like, that's
if you
just
don't have kids, like, you know what I mean? Now, I see some kids, and I see people with kids, and you just be like, damn, if they don't control their fucking kid, and if they don't control their child, like, you know what I mean? Like, granted, I know, like, some kids can have behavior issues. Some kids can be a little bit more hyper than others. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Like, that parenting friend zone, and I don't think that it's bad to be your child's friend, but they shouldn't just look at you as a friend. They should look at you as a parent and a role model.
I'm your parent before anything.
Right.
And that's where a lot of parents are so caught up in trying to be what their parent wasn't.
Right.
Or trying to give their child what they wanted when they were younger but couldn't have.
Right.
You're so caught up in trying to live your dream childhood through your child that you're forgetting to be that child's parent.
Right.
And you're wondering why, like, and get over, your child may be an angel, but quit being blind to the fact that some kids do badass shit.
Yeah, real shit.
Like, that's
real
flat
shit.
out. Like,
real shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Purposely be blind because,
like, you know what I mean?
You don't want to discipline your child.
And two, like, cause you with him every day, so you know that kid do some bad shit. So, like, you know what I mean?
Thanks, Will. Thanks for joining, Stella. Thanks for joining, CG.
What's up, Miss Carla? Yeah. So,
but yeah, like, so, but should, like, it's like to a certain extent, because you can speak, because just like you can get a lot of knowledge from people that read books, but if they haven't actually been in those situations, it's still a point where it's like, your word goes but so far.
Right.
So at some point you just need to shut the fuck up, because you just read that, but you don't have any experience with it.
You don't.
You know what I mean?
Like, you know what I mean?
I can tell you a bunch of shit that I've never done.
Right.
I'm very knowledgeable about a bunch of shit I've never done.
Especially too, like, I hate the people the people who try to butt in and, like, you know what I mean, people got newborns or a couple months old child. I'm like, oh, you just need to give You know what it's like, motherfucker. Do you ever sit up at night? You ever change that tar shit? That tar shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Or no, fuck the tar shit. That shit that spews out the fucking diaper where you gotta wash the whole baby. Yeah. Just throw the whole baby in the washer. It's fuck is you talking about? Like, fuck the tar shit. That's just stuck. I'm just talking about like the baby's done. It's done. Yeah. This needs refurbished. Right. Like you need to redo this baby.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? And I mean, but again, too, some things do go, and you can say things in a respectful and meaningful way, and stuff like that. It's like, you know what I mean? Ask somebody too. If you're not a parent, ask somebody, you mind if I give my opinion or give, like, you know what I mean, on some real shit. Just don't say your shit, especially being a parent, because you might get slapped.
I was gonna say, I've learned that. Like, that's one thing that and it's recent. I'm not gonna lie.
They do need to learn to be mentors.
You'll have a lot of people that are out here that will get pissed off because you're trying to just tell them what to do.
Right.
Like, I've learned to say, like, literally, excuse me, do you mind if I lend my advice?
Right.
And if they say no, you keep it moving.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people that they just want to, they don't want you to tell them what to do. They want to feel like they're in the control. Like, like, thank you, you're trying to help, instead of quit fucking trying to tell me what to do. Like, granted, you're trying, because a lot of people have this insecure thing where they don't want to feel wrong ever. And that's where some people need to get over that. Like, we're all going to be wrong.
Right.
That's just a way of life. We're going to have wrong moments, but also us as people trying to give advice, we need to learn how to approach situations too, especially in a moment of like weakness per se. To like people just don't be wanting to hear shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, come on now. Like, I deal with his ass every day. I know he's fucking bad sometimes. Yeah. Like, but if you're trying to sit there and be like, well, can I lend some advice? Maybe, you know what I mean, try this. Or this is what I heard that helps. Or, and also, like, I'm not going to be sitting there. I'm like, not to be rude, but until people bring down these walls a little bit and are more open to outside advice, if I really don't know you or haven't had a conversation, I'm not lending you no advice really, unless you're asking for it. Because there's too many people that's like trying to be helpful. You end up in shit, and I don't understand.
Right, and you do. But that's just something, you know what I mean, like you wanted to say. I get to, and even like, you know what I mean, since we talk about parents and people giving advice, I mean, me personally too, I look at some of my
Thanks,
friends.
Mar, appreciate you coming through, bro.
What's up, Mar? I said appreciate. I look at some of my friends to see how I can, like, you know what I mean, is there something I can grab, something I can utilize, something I can do to better my parenting skills, or that looks cool or looks fun and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean, everything. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Like, you know what I mean, because even still, like, you know what I mean, because I feel like even being a parent and with new age and stuff like that comes something new and something different. Like, you know what I mean, you're still learning. You need
to realize this applies to so much shit. Like, literally, like, there's templates in this world, and the best way to move ahead is that, and this is what I've learned, and I've overheard also, is literally like, you keep your eye on what works and keep your eye on what's new. Right. So you have to find that sweet spot where it's like, that's the template, you know, that works. Right. But that will only work for but so long. Right. So you also need to know what's coming up around me too. And too many people are too focused on being the new thing or being the old thing, and not trying to be innovative and find the sweet spot for what works. Because that'll get you ahead, but that's probably drawing to an ending you really just don't realize. And this is a new thing coming up, but majority of these will fail. You know what I mean? So it's, you have to find, like, try to keep an eye on both, like the old generation and the new generation, to continuously prosper and continuously keep moving forward and ahead. And that applies to like childhood, because shit, they used to, this is something that I learned, they used to have outdoor cages for kids that you would put a cage on your, this is crazy, like, you will put a cage on your window, and this was doctor prescribed, and it was considered to be, well, not doctor denied, I'll put it like that, it wasn't denied, it was like, that'll help your child is build an immune system. You put the little cage on the window, and it clamps in like this and screws in there, so the child is completely safe, but you would put them in a cage and they'd be outside, and it was considered like, oh, that's fresh air, and on little chilly days is the best because it'll bring their temperature down, it'll force their immune system to boost up. This was a thing. Wow. And we've worked past that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy. So, like, it was a thing, but we learned that, like, damn, don't fucking hang your fucking baby. You ain't, like, Michael was the last motherfucker to hang his baby outside. You know what I mean?
Don't come at Mike. But no. So, but I mean, so even with that, like, you know what I mean, people, the impact people have and stuff like that is the topic, and talk about some stuff, and it goes anywhere. But so So did you ever, like, you know what I mean? I'm about to go into TV here. Would you ever watch a series that somebody suggested, like a TV show or a TV series and stuff like that? And guys, if you have questions and stuff like that, or if you have a topic, something that you think we should talk about, just comment and we'll
just throw it out there.
Throw it out there.
If you're looking for some type of advice, throw it out there.
Throw it out there.
Just
or you want to know our opinion on something, throw it out there. Throw it out there. Put it out there.
Yeah, yes, I have actually, and that started like great conversation between me and that person, because it's like we may have like talked about stuff, but then they just came out of nowhere like, oh my goodness, this is what I'm into, and this is crazy. You should watch it. You should try it. And if I didn't like it, I didn't like it. But if I did, that was like another line of communication. Like, this is another thing we had.
Yeah, we have in common, right? Because I look at, like, you know what I mean, too, like, you know what I mean, like people at my job, they talk about Game of Thrones and stuff like that. I tried to get into that. I think I watched the first 2 episodes, and I felt like I was just like, nah, this isn't.
I got into it until it got too like magical. Like once like the dragons was going, like, granted, like the special effects and everything is crazy. It's lit as fuck. But like it was just like, and this is starting to turn Harry Pottery. But at the beginning, like that, it was going. So
I'm about to tell you about a show that I watch, and maybe I can impact you.
Man, I just started watching House of Cards. That's what I'm on right now.
The House of Cards is a good show.
Ooh.
But it's just shows reality TV. I think this is the closest thing I get to, like, you know what I mean, like super reality. No, it's not really ratchet, but it's just
Basketball Wives or hip hop.
So it's called Spouse House. And I think it's on TLC or something like that. And I honestly something that I was looking about doing a review on, something different to bring to our YouTube channel. But so, and I just told you guys the gist of it and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, I think you should, it's on demand too, you can catch up on an old episode. So what they do right now, they're working in the city of Chicago right now. They're in the city, they got people from the city of Chicago, and it's 6 males, 6 females. Okay. And so what they do is these people, they're in their career, they're in their profession, and they feel like the next thing that they want to do get married, but they don't want time to go past, because some of them, I think there was one girl in there who had a child, but everybody else didn't have children. They wanted children, people, and the age range from like 40, like I think like 44 down to like 26, I think was the youngest. But all them people, the people are in there, and they don't know. It ain't like this person is your perfect match. But you sit there and you talk to people, you get to know people, and you feel like if you hit it off, and then you sit there and you go through that. Every week they have a ceremony, right? And somebody gotta propose. If nobody proposes, because everybody's there to get married, 2 people leave.
Ooh, a man and a woman.
So at first it was a man and a woman.
Oh.
So now, how it is, because I'm in episode 5. Now it's anybody.
Damn,
so 2 people.
You know how that shit can lean out of your favor or in your favor.
So it's least likely to marry, or least likely to get married, or want to get married and stuff like that. So, like, you know what I mean? So say, for instance,
can you renege? Can I just be like, you know what, vote me the fuck off this?
No, people can leave. People. So this week on the show, two people just left. But what was I about to say?
That's different.
Yeah. So now, say for instance, like, now you have somebody that you're with and you're feeling. And somebody say, like, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what? I think she's least likely, because there's this couple in there who's always arguing, and people was voting for her. Like, you know what? She's confused. She's all over the place. I'm gonna vote for her. And he's sitting there, like, you know what I mean? They're in this, like, they got this little relationship and bond, and it's just like, damn. So, like, you know what I mean? But I mean, so they end up taking a break for a second. But that's just one of them shows. I think you'll like it, though. I think you guys will like it. But I think it comes on TLC. But you can look it up. It's called Spouse House. It comes on every Sunday. It's a good show. It's a good show. That's the closest thing that I get. I mean, and it's not really ratchet. I think it's people, like, you know what I mean? There's therapists. One of the girls that just left was a bartender. So
ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong. That's what I'm just saying. So it's just like, I mean, some of the physical therapists, a chiropractor, an engineer.
Yeah.
So different, a flight attendant. So there's all these different people, a firefighter. So yeah, but yeah. So you know, so watch that show. It's called Spouse House. Yeah, and I'm thinking about doing the weekly reviews on that, just to bring something different to our channel.
Do that.
Like, you know what I mean? Just talk about what's going on.
Post it, make its own little playlist, and do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Let us know how you feel about that.
Yeah, so spouse house. Yeah, so
Shit,
any
I'm about
questions?
to start posting fucking fishing. Shit,
Yeah.
doing so much fucking fishing every damn week, man.
So anything that you guys want to talk about out there? Comment below. YouTube, we see you. We still here.
Definitely need to learn to be members.
I didn't talk about that show last week. Last show, did I?
You might have brought it up.
I think I talked about that I'm watching this show, or was that when y'all was here?
I don't remember. All right, but
You want so Chocolate Jones want to know if we're going to play her poem.
I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows?
We can don't do that. We can most definitely play your poem. I didn't hear it yet, so I'm waiting to listen to them now when we're both are here. If we play the poem, wait to listen to it.
I definitely. But on to the
So we'll go to this next question, and then Chocolate Jones will play your poem.
Yes, ma'am.
So okay, is it wrong to go on vacation without your kids?
Fuck no.
Is it?
And
And that goes into the impact of others and people commenting in and people
No.
like, you know what I mean, because they
No,
see
'cause-
people going on vacation.
The way I see it is that like it's wrong to go on every vacation without your kids.
Okay.
To ever go on vacation? Fuck no. Honestly, I feel like this. Like this is how I plan on having my life set out. Well, this is what
Justine
like
is
we've
here.
already talked about it. That's the thing.
I'm
It's
just saying
like
she's on YouTube, so you won't see her up there. You'll see her on there. Okay.
we love you too, Stella, definitely. But this is how I see it. Is that like every year, 2 vacations.
Yeah.
One with the kids, one without. They will never miss out. It's that simple. Because you still have to be your individual person. And
Right.
if you can afford it and, you know what I mean, squeeze something in for yourself, by all means, set you up a babysitter and go and do something with you and your significant other.
Right.
But always make sure, like don't be taking 20 vacations, you and your fucking girl, or you and your husband, and then you take your kids out once every 2 years or every 3 years. Like, no, that's not fair. That's not cool. And my personal thing would be like, you should have prepared for that. Now, the
Right.
sacrifices that you're going to have to make, like you should have thought about that before you had kids.
Right.
And it's that
I mean,
simple.
so-
So I would say don't take every vacation
What's
without
up,
your
Tay?
fucking kids. But to take like once a year,
Long
twice
way.
a year, like if you could afford.
So all right, so now is it bad? So because like me, like you know what I mean, like I think, I don't see. I'm kind of confused with it, and I sit differently. I mean, I don't go to a lot of places, like you know what I mean, every year. Like you know what I mean, I don't go on vacation a lot or go to a lot of places. But I think even still, I mean, it's cool to be able to do that. I mean, and I guess it is a good thing to take your kids on vacation every year or and stuff like that. But do you feel like? I mean, I don't feel like they need to get. I don't know how I feel.
They need to go every year.
So every year or something like that. I mean, I don't think
So-
I don't
so
go
me
places every year
personally,
either.
It's like
but
if I can afford to do it, I should be able to afford to do it twice.
Oh.
Type of deal.
That's fair.
But
If you-
it's one of those things where it's like I want them to experience things.
Right.
Now, if I can afford to take them, because their experience should come before mine personally.
Right.
So it's like if I can afford to at least take them somewhere and to experience something new while they're young, and this is one of those things where it's like I'm not because I'm going to experience it too. And that's the end of it. Like at the end of the day, I've never been to fucking Disney World, so taking them to Disney World, I'm experiencing something new too. Like period. And you people need to realize, like, yeah, like get that creativity and that adventure into your child, so they'll be more likely, you know what I mean, to be open to trying new things and you know what I mean, stuff like that. Like you want to wait until you fucking 30, 28, 35 and start traveling and just leaving your child out of everything. No, like that's not cool.
Right, that's not
like,
cool.
That's just not cool at all to me.
So Chocolate Jones said, hold up. It says it's not vacation without them. She said she'll go on vacation when she dies. Like you know what I mean? She'll go without them when she dies.
I mean, I get it. I mean, and that's your own personal. That's you know what I mean. Like that's how you, and that's that experience. That's what I'm saying. Like I should be able to do 2 vacations where it's like, because I can't take my son out to drink.
Right.
I can't.
I do feel like you need your own time.
Exactly.
Like you know what I mean? I feel like we
you're
all parents
restricting-
deserve a break.
You're restricting yourself when you bring the kids, and that's just being honest. Like that's no disrespect to the kids by all means, but if you can find babysitters and afford, if you can find babysitters to go on vacation for yourself, you should be able to experience a vacation with your child. And that's just my personal opinion. Like if you traveling all over the fucking country, but you ain't never got your child, like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you got all of these experiences, but what did you really do with your child besides take them to the park and take them to the local amusement park every fucking year? Like, no, like, you're experiencing new shit. Why should you deny that from your child?
Yeah.
That's where I sit with that, because it's like, but like you said, like, you should also have your own time where you can go and actually experience an adult thing.
That's different, Carla.
And then that thing is literally like, you're going to have to find you a babysitter. You're going to have to do that, but also let them experience life too, because you weren't able to experience, or you may not have been able to. I'm not going to assume you may not have been able to have that type of life to travel and this, that, and third.
Right.
But if you can do it yourself, you should be able to at least provide that for your child too, in some type of way. And I'm not saying just like every vacation you go on out of town or there, blah, 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 you got to take your child, but there's but so many fucking things you can do in your city or state. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's how I look at it. Like, you know what? Like, because I was just even talking to, like, me and my kids, we, you know what I mean? We just came from vacation. But I was just thinking, like, I want to go to Kennywood this year, and I was just thinking, like, I was this week, and I was like, oh, maybe I should take them to Kennywood, because the last time, honestly, when it was at Kennywood, they were, it was 4 years ago, so George was in Kittyland still, and Mir was able to get on a jackrabbit, I think. So I was like, oh yeah, we gotta go, like, you know what I mean? That's just something I wanted to do. Yeah, so I mean, you're right, Carla. I mean, I agree with you. Yeah, so you know what I mean. So I think it's cool. I'm like, I get the concept. Like, you know what? If I want to go on vacation for myself, I got to be able to go on vacation with them first. And I think, you know what I mean, one for me, one for you. Like, you know what I mean, or one for you, one for me. Like, you know what I mean. I guess that's a good way of looking at it.
I can't afford to do a vacation, but I can only afford to do one.
Yeah.
That should be a family vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should be family. I should be taking care of all of us, because it's once you have a child, like, you can have selfish moments, but you can't neglect your child, and there's a difference. And like, my selfish moment is like, I mean, I could do 2 vacations with just them, but no, I'm going to split this. We're going to break even.
Right. And that's how we went on vacation too. We went to Legoland and stuff like that. Which I thought Legoland was going to have like a lot of big rides and stuff like that, but it was pretty fucking corny. It was pretty fucking corny.
Just like, I'm tempted to do the Sesame Street joint, but I don't know if I really want to do the
I didn't go.
Sesame
They went last year, and Tootie and them said it was they had fun, and they loved it. No, Tootie said the kids loved it. She'll tell you, because she tried to take the kids anywhere. She said they loved it and stuff like that. I mean, it wouldn't probably be fun with us for you.
Like, I should
like
know
Legoland,
myself.
Legoland, it was just like, you know what I mean. They had a couple water slides. That was the most fun I had. But like, their rides wasn't really. Their rides was like Kittyland rides, but for a little bit taller kids. Like, you know what I mean. So.
You just got upset.
Yeah, and I cracked my phone and stuff, so it wasn't worth me being at Legoland. Fuck Legoland.
Don't say that, bro. They gonna sue. Deprivation of character.
No,
they
it's
gonna
not.
come out of fucking.
I'm allowed to give my review. I'll give it 1
star.
star.
Review, bro.
It is.
Review that shit on your own time, not on my dime. What the fuck you talking about?
Right. So but it is good to take your kids on vacation and stuff like that. Yeah. So if you even want to adopt that motto, one for them, one for you. You know what I mean?
That's what it like, cause I used to be into a lot of weird shit. Mm-hmm. So a motto that I seen on a fucking prepper show is literally, it's stuck with me throughout my fucking life, and it drives me fucking nuts. But it's helped me stay prepared. It's literally like, 1 is none, 2 is 1. 1 is none, 2 is 1. 2 is 1. Exactly. It's literally that. So it's like,
so what does that mean?
If I can only take 1 vacation, it's like, I can't really take 1 vacation.
Yeah.
So if I can, and now that I have kids, it's like, I'm not going to just take a vacation for me.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Uh-huh. So 1 is none, 2 is 1. Yeah. So if I can afford to do a vacation, that means I can afford to do 2. So I'm going to divide that between me and my child. And that's literally like, I'll buy 2 fucking sticks of deodorant. I'll buy 2 packages. So I'll buy it in 2s, because once it starts to wear down, it keeps me on my toes to continue prepping for shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's literally like, oh, I'm running out of deodorant. I only have 1 pack of deodorant. So I'm like, well, 1 fucking stick. Yeah. I'm like, I don't have no deodorant. That goes on my list.
Yeah.
So it helps me stay ahead of everything.
That's smart. That's cool. I mean, I don't look. I'm last minute, dude. I will put the last bag in the garbage in a can so we can fill it up, and then wait to put the motherfucker in the trash can, and then be like, oh shit, I gotta go get garbage bags. and that's after now the kids and put trash in the
bin, not even
in the bin. Yeah,
just
just put it in the bin. Now I gotta take it all out and shit, and I should just got the bags when I got there. But I'm not that type of person, so I am a last minute shopper.
I don't know, cause it just granted, there's certain things where you can't stay in front of everything, but it helps you. It just helps. Just that just helps. Cause literally, it's if you're running out of anything, it just helps you stay ahead of the ball. And there's too many people falling behind the ball, and they're reacting instead of being proactive.
Yeah.
So it's they wait until the shit goes wrong to do something and try to figure it out, and they're rushing and stressing it instead of trying to stay ahead of the ball. And you're not going to be perfect. Granted, people, you need to understand, nobody's perfect.
Right.
Nobody is perfect.
But
you can try your best to strive to be perfect. Stop trying and start striving. Because I've seen too many motherfuckers that sat on it, that should be out looking for a job, and they filled out one application online and said they tried.
Right.
Tried. But they haven't strived at all. They're not grinding back to back to back to back, keeping it pushing and staying motivated. It's so much easier to do the lazy shit and to sit back and blame society and blame the fact that, the world is against me, instead of not everybody's against you. That's what it all comes down to. Not everybody is against you. Period. No, and granted, as black people, that's one thing, and as poor people, that's another thing, and I can't forget that class, because there's steps to this shit. There's classes for segregation for individual races, and there's classes for the poor. And people fail to realize that anybody can be poor.
Yeah.
Anybody can be discriminated for being poor. That's a whole nother segregation right there.
Yep.
And it's too easy to sit back and say, well, just because I come from a trailer park off in the middle of nowhere, nobody really wants to deal with me.
Right.
And there's a difference between just because I come from the projects
in the middle of the
Bronx,
too,
you know
man.
what I mean?
You'll be surprised too, man. You just gotta have the conversation with people and stuff like that, and really talk to people, and don't sell yourself short, man. Don't sell yourself short. I learned that the hard way too, man. I was just, even me personally, just being you didn't finish school, you didn't, what I mean. Oh, this Reds got you talking. All right, so we running close to the end of the time, but we did tell Chocolate Jones we wanted to play her poem, so I'm gonna play her poem in here. This one is called Stretch. The Stretch.
Don't talk about my tribe,
no, it ain't even stretch.
Strived.
Stretch.
What?
The stretch. What was?
You strange.
Let's play. Oh, okay. Is it not playing? Hold up. Give me a second.
Oh, bro.
Of stalefish.
Cuz messing
A
up on the
stench
ones
of
and twos.
stalefish.
A stench.
Left over from the last batch of stupid bitches. Still lingers in his mind. But he pushes forward and chases the next sure
I thought it
thing.
said stretch.
As with any addiction,
I was looking at the real
it's really
small.
all
Sorry.
about the chase and not the find. His sickness being just as real as any dope fiend. He remembers that once sweet scent of cognac that filled his world with joy and frustration. She left with spring's first winds. The void quickly filled with the attentions of a jumper became his new drink of juice and gin. But it was dry as hell, and besides, he already had his eyes on a new drink of choice. He might have thought it was hypnotic, but one swallow proved her to be absolute. A bit stronger than he realized, her bags being filled to the brim with no room for him. The bag lady pushed on. He himself moves on as if playing checkers. He decides to add a little flavor to his palate.
Man, run that motherfucker back. Rewind that, please. Please rewind that.
He might have thought it was hypnotic, but one swallow proved her to be absolute. A bit stronger than he realized, her bags being filled to the brim with no room for him. The bag lady pushed on. He himself moves on as if playing checkers. He decides to add a little flavor to his palate and fill his mind with new thoughts of what could be. A much smoother concoction of Hennessy. Clearly out of his league, he should slow down. Maybe he should start drinking on the new side of town. Inside, he's a child trying to fill the shoes of a man. He should start paying attention instead of showing his hand. Being a little too anxious to drink from an unfamiliar cup leaves him choking, but he doesn't know it yet. He's thinking, this can't possibly be as good as it gets. But he does know he's had his fill of bag ladies and jumpers. the confused and just simply amused, with his tomorrows being filled with that same old stench of stale fish left over from the last batch of stupid bitches.
Stench. The stench.
Don't talk about my tribe.
Oh, my bad. I was a little behind. Yeah, that was good.
That was definitely a good one. God, man. Miss Jones.
Miss
you-
Jones. Mrs.
Never
Mrs.
fail.
Jones. Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. She got a poem
Going on.
going on.
Me, Mrs. Jones.
No, that was good, man. That was good. Like it was thought it was I said hypnocker. Hypnotic. What'd she say? What'd she say?
Hypnotic and absolute.
Yeah.
Man, she was bars.
She was in there, and she probably thought she was hard as fuck for that too. Did she?
She didn't think. She knew.
She knew. She did a pin drop and everything. Like, you know what I mean? And then picked it up and start writing again.
Like, wait a minute. I got an
Oh.
onomatopoeia.
She was like, pin drop,
Killing them.
killing it.
Definitely, man. Miss Jones, I love when you definitely submit your poems and you stay on top of it. You're definitely one of the most dedicated viewers and submittants that we have. Like, you submit constantly. Man, we love it.
Constant.
Fucking love it. Fucking love it.
And it's good. Like, you know what I mean? We appreciate the love that you give us, and everybody in here, everybody who was sitting there participating in the conversation, Stella,
Definitely.
Miss Carla, everybody.
We got
Thank
a question
you.
from a post that you put.
What?
Let's answer this, but this takes away nothing from Mrs. Jones.
Miss.
All right. And this is a random post. Like, once you take your vows, should it be okay for your spouse to still go out with their single friends?
You know what? I did want to talk about it. I was going to try to save that for next week, but we could talk about it. Let's get into it. Honestly, me personally, in my relationship, Tootie goes out. Tootie goes out with her single friends. I'm not a big going out person, but when I do go out with my single friends too. I don't think again too. I mean, I know y'all don't see a ring, but I am married. But
Motherfucker, why you start wearing your ring?
sometimes it flies off.
I ain't mad at you.
But
You
I
need
threw it
to
down
get
the
your
bowling
gum
alley
bag.
once. I threw it down the bowling alley
Get
once.
your gum bag.
Yeah.
Get
But-
your little spacer, man.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck.
People say that all the time. I just don't want to spend the money on it.
I ain't mad at you. Get your rubber band, bro.
She goes out and with her friends and stuff like that, and I don't care. I know she don't
But
care when
why
I go out with
should
my
you?
friend. Like, you know what I
Why
mean?
should you?
Like,
Because
I know
that bond
I know
and
we're
that
there.
trust is
Yeah,
there.
right.
Why
On some
should
real
you?
shit. I mean, and I even take it deeper than that. Like, you know what I mean? I honestly think, like, you know what I mean? And I learned some too. Like, when like Tootie go out, I don't care if people buy her drinks neither. If a dude buy her a drink, hey, yeah, buddy, I know you like it. She comes back with me though. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Just she can go out and be with her single friends, and I know I do the same thing. So
See, now this is the thing. Like,
And
if you take a free drink as just like, all right, whatever, thanks. But if you're sitting there flirting for free drinks, there's you get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like,
I
I
mean,
mean, got
the-
motherfuckers to be like, well, I'm gonna do what I need to do to get some free drinks, but I'm coming home. Like, no, bitch, don't degrade yourself.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. This is just, I'm speaking from my angry place at the moment. Because I know you motherfuckers
Right.
sit there and get to the, you stinking ass little dick dumb motherfucker. No, I'm speaking from an angry place. But it's like, don't flirt for drinks.
Right.
Don't degrade yourself for drinks. But if something like, oh, cool, keep it moving.
Yeah.
By all means. And going out with your single friend, I don't give a fuck. Because it's all about how you carry yourself and how you respect yourself. And I trust that my girl will respect herself and carry herself in a dignant way. Now, if she didn't, then eventually it would get back to me.
That's
And,
good. We'll
and
talk
then
about
I would
that,
have to
Kevin.
move from there.
Yeah.
But if you're going out with your single friends, I don't give a fuck.
I
Spend
don't
time
care.
with your friends.
So, yeah, them was your friends, and especially too.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Toot-
fucking care.
Tootie has friends who she has been cool with for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And did YouTube stop on us? Oh no, there it go. We're back. But she got friends that she's been cool with for a while. Actually, since before I came in the picture, and how I say it too is like, you know what I mean, your friends was there before me. It was there with us, and I'm pretty sure they'll be there after. Like, you know what I mean? So
I don't fuck that. Like, that's cool.
No, but I just,
But I don't look at it as like
not even saying it like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't look at it after, but I'm just saying. I said I'm pretty sure that they will be. But like, you know what I mean? They must have friends, and like, you know what I mean? You gotta have that friendship, that companionship on a friend level. Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta support. Like, you know what I mean? With like a good friend, even if you're the one friend single, maybe she's out there trying to find love or trying to get to the level that you guys are at. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta be out there and be supportive.
Oh my
You
goodness.
might be the maid of honor or the best man or whatever.
This is something that kills me. And before we got a couple fucking, but yeah, like we run over a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
Like this kills me. Okay, have you ever heard somebody that are aware of their faults, or aware of the things that they need to change, and they want to look up to somebody that's in the position that they want to be, but they refuse to take the actions?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah. I'm not. You know what? I got. I'm off that. Go ahead.
You folded in the towel already.
Yeah, I threw my hand.
You
there.
get like.
I threw my hand.
I don't understand. Like that irks me to the soul because like if you're unaware of, or if you don't. You don't know how the proper steps to go about making these changes to be where you want to be,
right?
Because like clearly you don't want to be there if you're not trying. Like you can say what you want to say all the time until you take actions. You truly don't want it.
You don't want it.
And that works with every single fucking thing.
Right? It does.
No questions asked about it.
It does.
If you're not willing to take something, and granted, you may be scared. But once you become aware of your mistakes and all of the shit that you're doing wrong, that's where it falls back on you.
Right.
And you need to turn over a new leaf.
Right.
Now, when you start bringing up like what you know is wrong with you, but then you continue, that's your fault.
Right.
Once you continue to keep making those same mistakes, that's falling back on you.
Now, granted, you see somebody doing something, and you want to try to, like, you know what I mean, emulate your life from that person's little thing. Now, you can always tweak things and make things a little bit different, but like, you know what I mean, you still gotta take that road. Like, you know what I mean, and we and you gotta know, like, you know what I mean, don't bite up, because again too, don't try to use that shit in an argument. No, we gotta be like we gotta be like James and Tamika. But James and Tamika also do this, or you willing to do? Nah, well, fuck, we ain't being like James and Tamika then. Don't say you want to be like James and Tamika and you don't want to be like James and Tamika.
You gonna keep washing my drawers and keep fucking cooking my dinner every night? Like, well, you need to do it like ain't what James and Tamika do.
You right.
Tamika be washing drawers and cooking dinner.
Right. You gotta, like, you know what I mean? If you don't give an example.
Exactly. And you ain't willing to follow those rules.
And I use your
now don't sit there and continuously be like, oh, like, well, I see that you're happy, but what do I do to make me happy?
Yeah.
That's what people, if you're not really willing to make these sacrifices that I make, then quit fucking trying to be like me.
Right.
And don't sit there and be like, well, I wish that, well, but you see the template.
Yeah.
I'm here. We're here. You see the template. Until you're ready to make these sacrifices and making these compromises, shut the fuck up. And quit sitting there complaining about what you want to be if you're not ready to take action.
Point that hell, because you just...
That's why you gotta stop. Video froze.
Yep. Poor connection. Nah, but you know what I mean, that's some real stuff. Like, you know what I mean, I do like that. Sometimes that kills me. Or
Sorry,
people look up, and people do that with like other shit, not even just relationships, about with, like, you know what I mean, just personally and their own shit. Like, they do that.
Don't sit there and be like, oh, I want to be the best basketball player. I want to be like Kobe. Do you train like Kobe?
Tamika deep throat the dick every night. That's what Justina said.
Tamika.
James eat booty. Yeah, you gotta, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, for real shit. Like, you know what I mean? You want to use
James
them
out there sucking toes and shit.
Yeah.
And then you mad because your Sasha ain't fucking happy like Tamika. and David mad because James happy.
Hey, you know what, man? Look.
James eating booty and sucking toes.
Nah, man.
Tamika deep throating and playing with the balls up.
Hey, this was Common Conversation 412. We are out. Until next time, people, I am your host, Token.
And I am your host, Mano, M-A-N-N-O.
We'll see you guys next Monday for the show. Thank everybody for watching.
Stop. And another shout out and praise to and also condolences to the family of Nicole Daly, who we lost so soon.
Yep. Yeah, for real. I mean, y'all couldn't see my thumbs and stuff like that, but I did put them up there.
Definitely, man.
But
love and respect, bro.
But most definitely, man, too, like, you know what I mean? You see our show, make sure you like it. Follow us on YouTube if you haven't done so. Also, you could go to YouTube. And also, YouTube got actually like a nice, clear picture, better.
Definitely. Better quality and better standards. And also, if you want to send us any type of suggestions and or topics for the show, send it to commonconversation412@gmail.com, or you can hit us on the Facebook fan page at Common Conversation 412. Make sure that you subscribe for notifications to know that when we are live.
Also, too, if you have a topic you don't want people to know, just put anonymous at the end. Like, I want to stay anonymous, and we'll make sure you stay anonymous. Monique, hey, how you doing? You're a little late. We're out of here.
Bye, Mo.
But, hey, this is Common Conversation 412. Again, I'm your host, Token.
And I am Mano.
That's that's Mano. Like, you know what I mean? I'm red, he's blue. But we'll see you guys next
He's
Monday.
hot,
Next Monday.
He's freezing, I'm froze.
Shout out to your cousin in Denver.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Whoever the cousin is.
Is that
Monique? Monique
No,
is
no,
the cousin?
no. Kevin Jones.
I know,
Kevin
but I'm
Jenkins?
saying, is Monique the cousin?
No, I don't know.